I'm actually an English teacher as well, and also a strategic advisor. Okay, so I'm here today to actually give you guys some more information about pathway to university, and we'll be focusing on the medical, dental field, engineering school, and other international programs. Okay, round one, portfolio round. Okay, so before we start, if any of you would like access to the slide, you guys can scan the QR code and ask for the slide. Okay, I'll give you guys 1 minute to scan.
For anyone who would like to get the slide, I would like you to type in, after you scan the QR code, it will lead you to the line account. And I would like you to type in the hashtag of this event. It will be the sharp SPIP and the services you want. In this case, if you want a slide, you can just type in hashtag SPIP and slide. Okay. And if you need any other services, you can type in those services you like as well. Okay.
Okay, you guys good? Okay, so um, before we start, I would like to introduce you guys to TCAS. Okay, so there's 4 rounds for TCAS system. Okay, the first round is what we call portfolio round. It's basically the round that you guys need to apply. Okay, so it would be around September and then it will end in February for round one. Okay, depends on the faculties and depends on the university that you would like to apply. Okay, and then round 2, 3, and 4 would be for Thai students. Okay, and let's have a look at the core preparations. Okay, so I believe you guys are interested in medical field, dental, engineering, business, and also art. Okay, who's in here interested in medical field? Can I see some hands? Med field, dent, business. Okay, engineering. Okay, okay. So if you guys look on the screen, what do you guys see? Okay, if you would like to attend or apply to med school, what you need would be your GPA. Okay, IELTS, medical tests. I'll be giving you guys some more information about each of the medical tests. Okay, and also of course portfolio. Okay, so all university for a med and dent school, you will definitely need a portfolio. Okay, and no matter what you apply, you will need to go through an interview process. Okay. Another important test would be SAT. Okay, so let's say if you want to go for engineering, okay, BASI, business, right, art, you will definitely need IELTS as well as SAT. Okay, so let's have a look at how many times you can take each exam. Okay, so let's have a look at IELTS. IELTS is basically, I mean, available every day, daily, basically. So you can choose whenever you are ready. Okay, let's have a look at the SAT. Okay, for the SAT, you can take 7 times. Okay, 7 times a year. Okay, so you need to manage your time wisely for this one, as well as the ACT as well. Okay, which if for those of you who are applying to engineering, you'll be using ACT as well. Okay, along with your school transcript. Okay, so let's start with medical and dental school. Okay, um, I'm not sure how much you guys know about dual degrees. Okay, for the portfolio round for medical and dental school. Okay, but I would like to tell you guys some more information about dual degrees. Okay, especially for the med track. Okay, so for medical, right? There's 5 different dual degrees that you can actually apply. Okay, the first one would be medical and management. Okay, so for those of you who are interested in management as well as the medical as well, right? You might be interested in management track. Okay, biomedical engineering, another interesting one. So for those of you who are interested in engineering as well as med, okay, you guys can go and find some more information about biomedical engineering and med. Okay. Next would be biomed. Okay, another interesting one as well. Okay, so for those of you who like going into lab doing experiments, okay, you might need to explore this field. Okay, data science is also another one that would be available. Okay, and others. Okay, so let's have a look at the list of medical and dental school for TCAS round 1 and round 2. Okay, so there's over 10 school that you can apply. Okay, now let's have a look at the acceptance rate. Okay, so for the regular type program, okay, there's Chulalongkorn University, which is one of the popular one. Okay, Siddharth University and Rama University. Okay, these would be the top 3 med school in Thailand. Okay, but all of the 3 are Thai program. Okay, the textbook will be in English, but the teaching will be in Thai. Okay, now let's have a look at the dual degree, the one I mentioned earlier. Okay, so the university that open for the dual degree would be Ramathibodi. Okay, so Ramathibodi offer 3 program, okay, including the management track, engineering track, and the normal track. Okay, and you can apply only one. You need to choose one track, and then you need to apply only one. Okay, next would be data science. Okay, we have data science from Chiang Mai University, right? Khon Kaen University and Chulapon University, or what we call PSMD. Okay, PSMD. What's interesting about PSMD is it actually offers 8 program. Okay, 8 different program. Okay, which you can choose after acceptance. Okay, next would be bioengineering. Okay, so bioengineering, PSMD, Chulapon University, and Rama University. Okay, and last but not least would be biomed. Okay, so SWONAT. Okay, you can actually study 3 year in Nottingham University. Okay, and then another 3 year in Thailand. Okay, and CICM International Program. Okay, so that would be the program that would actually offers you a dual degree. Okay, and then next one, which is the International EP or bilingual program. I think most of you would probably be interested in this one. Okay, the first one is CICM. Okay, KMITL, MIDS for those of you who are interested in dent. Okay, and KMITL International Program for dent as well. Okay. Okay. Now let's have a look at the requirements. Okay. So there's 5 things that they will look. Okay. 5 things. First thing first, they will look at your grades. Okay. So let's say if you want to focus on mid track, okay, you will need to get 3.5 for your GPACs. Okay. 3.5 or above for your GPACs. Okay. And there are Rama, Tibeti, Siddharth, right? There are some university that actually look at your subject grades as well, okay? Which I will give more information on the next slide, okay? So this would be the grade. So my recommendation would be aim for 3.5 or higher, okay? So you should aim for 3.5. Now, if you guys are aiming to apply at Rama University, Siddharth University, PSMD, right? I believe your curriculum is A level, okay? You would definitely need an A, okay? Predicted grades A, okay, for your biology, chemistry, physics, or math. But let's say if you can't go for A, okay, there's another option from SWONAT, okay? So Nottingham University, okay, 3 year in Nottingham and then 3 year in Thailand, okay? You only need to get B for biology, chemistry, physics, or math. Okay, and for Chiang Mai University, you need to get 85% or above for biology and chemistry. They don't look at your physics or math. Okay? Okay, now, after looking at the grades, they would definitely look at your IELTS. Okay, so if you look on the screen, IELTS score that you need to aim for me personally, I think you guys should aim for 7.5 or above. Okay, just to be safe. Okay, just to be safe for every university, 7.5 or above. Okay, but for those of you who are applying or planning to apply to SWONOT, okay, you need to look at each skill as well. Okay, because they will look at each skill. Okay, so your listening, reading, writing, and speaking needs to be more than 6.5. Okay, and you need to go for the UKVI one. Okay. For those of you who don't know what IELTS is, this is just a quick introduction, okay, about IELTS exam. Okay, so IELTS exam is basically an English proficiency test. Okay, so they'll be testing you on your listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills. Okay, so for listening, it only takes 30 minutes, 40 questions, and there's 4 sections in total. And these would be the questions that you would get. Okay, multiple choice, matching, plan, label map, etc. Okay, moving on to the reading. Okay, it takes 60 minutes or 1 hour to complete the whole test. Okay, 40 questions, and you need to read 3 passages. Okay, 1.5 to 2 pages length. Next one would be writing. Okay, 60 minutes, 2 tasks. The first task is describing information. So you'll be giving some kind of line graph, bar chart, process diagram, a map, and then you will need to actually give information or pick key features and talk about that. And then task 2 would be essay writing. Okay. And next one, the last one is the speaking one. Only takes around 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, and then 3 parts. Okay. Aptitude test. This is another important test that you guys need to know. For those of you who are applying to med school or dent school, you would definitely need to know because now there's more than 3 medical tests, right, in Thailand, and different university accept different exam as well. So you need to know which one you will need. Okay, so let's say if you're going or aiming for Thai program, okay, จุฬาลงกรณ์ University, เกษตรศาสตร์ University, ธรรมศาสตร์ University, or Khon University, you will need TBAT and CUAT. Okay, these 2 exams. Okay, but for those of you who are aiming to go to the UK or applying to international program, okay, then you will need to focus on what we call UCAT. Okay, UCAT. Okay, because CICM, okay, MIDS, and Rangsit University, as well as the UK medical school, right, accept UCAT. Okay, and then for those of you who want to apply to SWONOT, okay, you will need ACAT. Okay, so this is very important, knowing your goals and knowing which medical tests you will need to prepare. Okay, now, if you guys can see on the screen, it would actually be what would be in the test. Okay, so let's have a look at the TBAT. TBAT is basically a scientific, they basically test your scientific knowledge. Okay, so biology, chemistry, physics. Okay, CUAT, it's basically SAT. Okay, it's basically SAT. So the test structure is very similar to SAT. Okay, MCAT. Okay, not many university would need MCAT. So I don't think you should go for MCAT. Personally, I think you should go for the UCAT or TBAT and CUAT. Okay, because you can use these 3 to apply for most of the university. Okay, but there are also some universities that don't need aptitude tests as well. See on the screen, Sirilat, okay, Ramathibodi, okay, and CMU, Chiang Mai University. You don't need to do any tests. Okay. Next one would be ACAT. Okay, ACAT would be aptitude tests as well as the scientific knowledge as well. Okay, and last but not least would be UCAT. Okay, so aptitude tests and medical ethics. Okay, now portfolio. Okay, so I believe you guys are doing activities, volunteering, community service, doing research. Okay, all of those activities. Which you would definitely need to put in your portfolio. Okay, so there's different things that you can do to put in your portfolio. Okay, but I would recommend research and innovation. Okay, many university wants to see research and innovation. Okay, so you can put in science projects, your school science projects. Okay, or let's say if you actually you actually find an innovation contest, an interesting innovation contest, right? And you can go for it. Okay, academic awards and achievements. Okay, you need that as well. Okay, all of the academic competition, biology Olympiad, chemistry Olympiad, so you can put everything. Medical experiences. Okay, so shadowing a doctor would be an example of medical experience. Okay, courses, seminars, and trainings. So let's say if you've actually been, you've been to medical workshop. Okay, you can put that as well. Okay, community service and volunteering, so giving back to the community, right? And the last three would be your hobbies, your talents, and your skills. Okay, so leadership skills, teamwork skills, communication skills, all the soft skills that you need, okay, for med school. Okay, now these would be examples of what the university or what each university wants to see in the portfolio. Okay, so let's say if you're aiming for Chulalongkorn University, they would like to see research, innovation, of course. Okay, academic achievements, definitely, community service and volunteering, and your talents. Okay, but let's say if you want to go for a CICM, okay, CICM Thammasat University International Program, okay, they would definitely like to see your research and innovation, academic service, social skills, medical training, art and cultures. Okay, so you need to understand what each university wants. Okay, approach to creating a portfolio. Okay, so this is basically a broad guidance. Okay, so the three university with open-ended structure, okay, would be Sirirat, Ramativity, and Swunat. So you can be creative, right? And you can create your portfolio however you want, okay, based on the requirements, okay. However, the semi-structured one would be Chulalongkorn University, Chulaporn University, and Khon Kaen University, okay, where you will need to present yourself through activities based on the announced categories. Okay, and last but not least, the structured one, you will need to follow, okay, you will need to follow their instructions 100%. Okay, Chiang Mai University have their own form. Thammasat University also has their own form as well. Okay, so you need to follow the university guidance. Okay, next would be MMI. Okay, so the grades, the IELTS, the aptitude test, the portfolio, and the last one would be the MMI. Okay, which is the interview. Okay, so the interview for med school would be a little bit different from other faculties. Okay, because there's different rooms. Okay, it would be about 5 to 14 rooms. Okay, so you'll be going into one room and then answering questions for let's say about 5 to 7 minutes, and then you come out, you enter the next room, okay? And this would be the MMI or the interview for medical and dental school for most medical and dental school in Thailand, okay? And they would definitely ask you on your personal qualities, okay? Your portfolio, your SOP, okay? Your current issue, the current issues, the news that's happening in today's world, critical thinking, ethical dilemmas, and role play, okay? So this would be the 5 things that you need if you're aiming for med school or dent school in Thailand, okay? So that's the end of the medical track, okay? And next would be the engineering and science, okay? So let's start with the engineering, okay? So there's plenty, okay? So there's, let's say 7, 8 university, okay? But the top one would be Chulalongkorn University, of course, right? Engineering, ISE, Chulalongkorn University, okay? Tepe Thammasat University, okay? And another popular one would be KMITL. Okay, so let's have a look at the ISE, which is the most popular among engineering school for portfolio round. Okay, so if you look here, they just open a new, okay, they just open a new program as well, which called the semiconductor engineering. Okay, so this would be an interesting one. If you guys are not interested in semiconductor, right, they do offer robotic and AI as well. Okay, so there's 6 programs that they offer. Next would be SIIT, okay, from Thammasat University. Okay, from Thammasat University. Okay, so this is the international engineering program with the most scholarships. Okay, so with the most scholarships because they offer over 200 scholarships each year. Okay, but if you look at the program, right, it would probably, well, not as interesting as ISE, of course, right? But they do offer the science degree as well. Okay, so if you guys are interested, then you guys can go and find some more information about that. Okay, next would be TEP and TEPE. Okay, another popular one among international students as well for engineering. Okay, especially the TEP one. Okay, because for the TEP, okay, it's a dual degree program. Okay, where you study in Thailand for 2 years and then you go and study abroad for 2 years. Okay, so you can choose whether to go to the UK, Australia, or Belgium. Okay, and you'll get dual degree. Okay, and there's 4 majors for you to choose. Okay, whereas Tepe, okay, it's an English program as well. Okay, but you'll be studying in Thailand for 4 years, and it's not a dual degree. Okay, and it also offers 4 major. Okay, and the next one, KMITL. Okay, SIIE engineering from KMITL. Okay, this has the highest numbers of programs in Thailand, 12 programs. Okay, and KMITL, as you know, is quite well known for engineering as well. Okay, so they offers biomedical engineering, civil engineering, to software engineering as well. So anyone like coding, programming might be interested in software engineering. Okay, and now let's move on to the Faculty of Science. Okay, so the Faculty of Science, I mean, there's, I would say 3 that would be our top. Okay, the first one, of course, would be Chulalongkorn University. Mahidol University is also another popular university as well. Okay, and Lagrabang University. Okay, now anyone likes bio? Right? So for those of you who like biology, okay, you can actually check this program out. Okay, it's called BB Tech. Okay, the Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology. It's an international program. Okay, so for this one, there are 8 major in totals. Okay, from animal biotechnology, bioinformatics, to food biotechnology. Okay, so for those of you who like biology as well as technology, then this program might be good for you. Okay, next it's BSAC. Okay, BSAC would be for students who like chemistry, of course. Okay, because it's a Bachelor of Science in Applied Chemistry. Okay, so this program focuses on the study of chemistry. Okay, to adapt in chemical industry. Okay, and you can also, right, you can also work as a researcher or you can start your own business. Okay, if you look at the this major, cosmetic chemistry and entrepreneurship, okay, this is an interesting major that they offer as well. Okay, because you can study about the cosmetic, okay, and you can actually start your own business as well. Okay, next would be for those of you who like psychology. Okay, for those of you who like psychology, okay, I would highly recommend you guys to check out JIP. Okay, Joint International Psychology Program. Okay, it's a Thailand's only dual degree for psychology program. Okay, for the first 2 year, you will be studying at JIP, Chulalongkorn University. Okay, and for year 3 and year 4, you guys will be studying at the University of Queensland in Australia. Okay, so it's a good opportunity for those of you who wants to go and study abroad. okay, especially in Australia. Okay, and you will get a dual degree as well. So this is another interesting program. Mm. So what do you need if you want to apply to science or engineering program, right? Of course, you will need IELTS, okay, which is basically your English, to test your English. Math, right, from your SAT, okay, and science from either CUATS or ACT. Okay, so I'll give you guys some more information about the SAT, CUATS, and ACT as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the SAT. Okay, so the new SAT is what we call the digital SAT. Okay, it's basically assess students' proficiency in mathematics and in English. Okay, multiple choice. Okay, so everything would be in multiple choice. The total score is 1,600. Okay, so the total score is 1,600. For the reading and writing part, that's 800 in total, and math also 800 in total. Okay, so for this one, it's what we call adaptive test. Okay, so I believe you guys already know what adaptive test already, but let me explain it again. Okay, so adaptive test, right? You get two modules, okay, for both math and English. Okay, for module one, right, it's gonna be mixed questions, right? So easy, moderate, difficult questions. Okay, and then module two depends on your performance from module one. Okay, so let's say for module one, you get more than 60% correct. Okay, that would actually lead you to the difficult module for module two. Okay, good thing for that would be you would definitely, well, the minimum score you would get is 450 and the highest is 800. Okay, so there's a chance of getting higher score. Okay, however, if you didn't do that well, okay, for your first module, okay, that would actually lead you to the easy second module, where you will only get 600 highest score. Okay, so it's very important for you to get the hard module two, okay, for you to get higher score. Okay. Okay, now let's have a look at the ACT and CUATS. Okay, the science part. You only need the science part. Okay, you only need the science part. And for those of you who wants to apply to engineering, okay, but for those of you who want to apply to science faculties, you don't need it. Okay, this is for engineering. Okay, so ACT is an American college testing assessment. Okay, so there's 5 subjects in total. Oh, there's 4 subjects in total. Okay, 36 points per each subject. Okay, so English, math, science, and optional for writing. Okay, CUATS is Chulalongkorn University aptitude test for science. Okay, so this is a test from Chulalongkorn University. Okay, so there's only 2 subjects. Okay, physics and chemistry. Okay, and each the total points for each subject is 800. Okay, so you guys might be wonder, okay, what's the difference and what should I choose? Okay, so ACT, let's have a look at the difference between these two. Okay, so ACT exam format, of course, a little bit different, right? Because ACT will be focusing on analyzing data, experiment results, and with basic calculations. Whereas CUADS focuses more on the fundamental knowledge. Okay, the scoring a little bit different. Okay, the fee huge different. Okay, so for the ACT, much more expensive. Okay, so it would be 5,700. Okay, for the fee, whereas CUATS is less expensive. Okay, but I think the last one would be the most important one. Okay, the accepted for admission. Okay, so if you look at the ACT, right, you can use ACT to apply to ISE, Chulalongkorn University, right, CHPE from Chulalongkorn University, SIIE, right, SIAT. So more places that you can apply using ACT, right? But for CU ATS, you can only apply to Chulalongkorn University. That's all. You cannot use the score to apply to Thammasat University. You cannot use this score to apply to KMITL. So I would recommend you guys to go for the ACT one because you guys will have more opportunity. Okay. Now the requirements, right, for the engineering and science. Okay. So for the ISE, okay, if you look at the IELTS, I mean, I would highly recommend you guys to aim for 7 or above, okay, for your IELTS, okay, and for the SAT, okay, math, I think 700s or above. You guys should aim for 700 or above. Okay, and this would be for science again, 7 for IELTS, okay, and let's say 600 for the science faculties for SAT math. Now let's have a look at the business, art, and social science. Okay, so business, art, and social science. Let's start with the business. Okay, so Chulalongkorn University, Thammasat University, and Mahidol University, right? These three offer international program for business. Okay, Chulalongkorn University. Okay, you can choose one major out of these 4. Okay, Thammasat University, you can choose to study major or minor, or double major. Okay, so you can choose 2. Whereas Mahidol University, I think the interesting part for Mahidol University would be they actually offer a major program on the international business. Okay, and if you look at Chulalongkorn University and Thammasat University, they don't have international business. Okay. So these would be the 3 interesting one. Economics, okay, from Chulalongkorn University, right, also offers 6 tracks. Okay, so from business economics to economic theory. And also BE from Thammasat University offer more major, right, 8 major. Basai. Basai is becoming very, very popular among international students. Okay, so Basai is basically a program, right? A combination of entrepreneurship, innovation, technology. So business, right? Business plus technology plus innovation. Okay, so I think this is another good program. Okay, because once you actually graduate, okay, so the career opportunity would be there. You can actually start your own business. You can be technology innovator, right? You can be social transformer. Okay, so this is another interesting one. Okay, and very similar to Basai from Thammasat University. Okay, would be Bachelor of Arts program in Service Innovation. Right, this would be another interesting one to explore as well. Com arts or communication arts. Okay, so there's BCM from from Chulalongkorn University, right? Okay, so this program covers communication management. So it's from Chulalongkorn University, and BGM from Thammasat University. Okay, what's the difference between BGM and Com Arts from Chulalongkorn University? Okay, so BGM is from Thammasat University, and Com Arts, right, from Chulalongkorn University. Okay, so BGM from Thammasat University, right, focuses more on films, advertising, radio, television, so you can actually explore different fields. Okay, whereas Com Arts from Chulalongkorn University, right, focuses more on the media management, communication strategy, okay, and marketing communication. Okay, so you will need to look at your goals. Faculty of Linguistic. Okay, so we have Balak, okay, which is one of the most popular one, I would say, okay, from Chulalongkorn University. Okay, so we have Balak, okay, and you have up to 1 year exchange program in partner university and internship opportunity in international companies as well. Okay, BC, which is business communication from Thammasat University. Okay, so they offer 4 major. Okay, so business, English communication, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. So for those of you who like languages, right, might be interested in this. British and American studies. Okay, it's basically a program with practical competency. Okay, and it's about British and American studies. And the next one would be the ASEAN China. Okay, the ASEAN China. Now, moving on to laws. Okay, so we have LL from Chulalongkorn University and LLB from Thammasat University. Okay, so LL from Chulalongkorn University, right? Let's have a look at the difference between these two. Okay, so LL is business law and technology track. Okay, but LLB is business law track. Okay, so these are the difference between these two law program. Now, politics. Okay, politics. Okay, we have PGS from Chulalongkorn University. Okay, and also BIR from Thammasat University. Okay, the interesting thing about PGS from Chulalongkorn University would be, again, it's a dual degree. Okay, Bachelor of Art program in politics and global studies. Right, dual degree. Okay, so the first 2 year, you can choose whether to go to study in the UK or in Australia. Okay, and in year 3 and 4, you're gonna have to study at Chulalongkorn University. Okay, but you will get a dual degree. Okay, whereas the Bachelor of Political Science program in Politics and International Relations from Thammasat University, you're not gonna get dual degree. Okay. Now, architecture and design. So for those of you who like designing, okay, we have Inda from Chulalongkorn University, Comdi from Chulalongkorn University, okay, and digital design and creative technology from King Mongkut University. So this is the Inda program, okay. That's 4 years in total, okay. So for those of you who like designing, okay, want to design buildings, interior design, architecture, might be interested in Inda from Chulalongkorn University. Okay, graphic design. Okay, ComD from Chulalongkorn University. Let's say if you don't like designing houses, buildings, interior, but you like using Photoshop. Okay, or you like product media or print media, motion graphic, animation, you might be more interested in this program. Okay, and the digital design and creative technology from King Mongkut University. Okay, this one offers 2 main programs. Okay, so the first one would be something to do with animation and visual effects, right? So gaming design. And the next one would be interactive simulation or game engineering. Okay, so for those of you who like game, engineer, design, animation, right? This might be the program for you. And last but not least, we have hotel and tourism. Okay. So for the hotel and tourism, we have Silapakon University, okay, that offers international program. Okay, you only need 5.5 for IELTS. Okay, you only need 5.5 for IELTS. And Kasetsat University, okay, Bachelor of Arts program, Integrated Tourism Management. Okay, you only need 5 for your IELTS. That's all. Okay, so what score do you need? Okay, so you need to set your goal. Okay, so you need to set your goals. Okay, for business, art, and social science. Okay, so let's say if you're aiming for Basai, BBA from Chulalongkorn University, Basai from Chulalongkorn University, okay, EBA from Chulalongkorn University, ISE from Chulalongkorn University, high score, right? So you need high score. Okay, so let's have a look at the goals for your score. Especially BBA, okay? BBA and Basai are the 2 most competitive program in Chulalongkorn University, okay? So your score would definitely be very high. So let's say if you want to go for BBA Chulalongkorn University, your total SAT score, okay, out of 1,600, okay, you would need at least 1,450, 1,450, because it's very competitive. But let's say you would like to apply to BBA as well, okay, but from Thammasat University, but you would also like to apply to Basai Chulalongkorn University, okay, you should aim for 1,350, okay, that would be at least, okay. And last but not least, if you're just aiming for laws, okay, LLB from Thammasat University, then 1,250 would be fine. Okay, for each subject, okay, for each subject, SAT math. Again, like I said, BBA Chulalongkorn University, BBA Thammasat University, right? EBA Economics from Chulalongkorn University, right? If you can get full score, that would be ideal. Full score for math, okay? If not, I mean, if you're aiming to apply to Alabel, right, or Basai Chulalongkorn University, you can aim for 750 up, okay? And 700 up would be Tep Tepe Engineering from Thammasat University, right? Or Inda from from Chulalongkorn University, okay? Reading, writing, or SAT verbal, okay? Of course, BBA from Chulalongkorn University, you should aim for as high as you can. Aim high, okay? At least 650 for reading and writing, okay? If not, then you should aim for 100 or 600 or above, okay? And for IELTS, okay, I personally recommend you to aim for 7.5 or above, okay? For IELTS, 7.5 or above. That would be safe for every faculties, every university, okay? So that would be it for me today, okay? But before we end, Pete Pache has some information about Ignite to give you guys as well.
All right. So thank you very much, Pierika, for the informative session regarding the international program preparation for through TCAS in international programs and the School of Medicine, Dentistry, and all medical field. Right. Well, actually, right now, since you all might know by now the importance of SAT and IELTS and any standardized test, how high how high the score you should get in order to achieve your highly competitive program. So actually, right now, Ignite offers a free mock exam of SAT. Is a SAT practice test, one full test for free. If you guys want to get these services, you can just simply it is actually the same line that you add that you just added in the earlier session for the slide. You can just simply type it again like so, the hashtag SPIP free, and then you can get mock exam SAT or mock exam IELTS. Okay, for SAT you can get one full practice test on both math and reading writing. And for IELTS, it will be three parts: the listening, reading, and writing. Okay, one set of practice for free as well if you want to get this kind of services. And I have some brochure right here if you want to take back for further information, and also some gift voucher if you interested in that as well. You can come get it. I will just place it in front of the stage, and that's the things for today. Thank you very much for your for your attentions, and yeah, thank you. Before we part, do you any of you have any question to ask? We can spare you a couple of more minutes to clarify things up on anything regarding the information that we presented earlier.
Hey, if you guys have any questions, just ask.
Or you guys are a bit dizzy or packed of information? I do have the inhaler just for you for free. If you simply ask me a question, I can give you like the inhaler. Okay. That lady right there wants some inhaler. Okay, what's the question?
ไอเมื่อกี้ที่แบบ high score กับ qualify นี่คือยังไงเหรอคะ
ตัว high score กับตัว qualify ในคณะอะไรลูก
ที่แบบบนบอร์ดอะค่ะมันมี high score แล้วก็แบบ qualify อะไรสักอย่างแล้วมันมีบาลักแล้วอีกฝั่งมันมีบาไซบาลักBBA อะไรนะคะ
หมายถึงสไลด์นี้ไม่เอ่ย
ใช่ค่ะตอบ
อ่าอันนี้คำถามคืออะไรนะลูก
อ๋อคำถามก็คือว่าอันตัวสกอร์ที่เป็นตัวhigh score กับตัวสกอร์ที่เป็นqualify score ครับต่างกันยังไง
อ๋อถ้าเกิดว่าเป็นที่เราแนะนำเนี่ยก็คือต้องได้ at least ละกันอันนี้อย่างเช่นถ้าสมมติว่าเราจะอยากเข้า BBA จุฬานะ650คือเป็นแบบอันที่เราต้อง aim for at least ต้องแบบ650 up ขึ้นไปถึงจะเซฟละกันแล้วก็พวกนี้ถ้าเป็น total score นะ BBA ใช่ไหมจุฬา1450 คือ minimum at least สำหรับ SAT
ครับ
1,600 ค่ะ
Anyone have any further question? Okay.
Pharmacy นี่นะเป็น engineering or medical
Pharmacy will be considered as the medical engineering field ครับ pharmacy
medical
okay
so for pharmacy for the international program Mahidol I think only Mahidol offers the international program and you need TBAT for that you need TBAT and IELTS okay
have the slides.
oh yeah you can the line all right anyone have further question มีใครมีคำถามโอเค
ถ้าเป็นของควอนตัมฟิสิกส์มันต้องไปทางไหนครับ
อะไรนะลูก
ถ้าเป็นของไอ้ควอนตัมครับ มันต้องไปทางไหน
quantum physics
ครับผม
ถ้าหมายถึงว่าคือเราจะแบบว่าสนใจ
เราสนใจในฟิลของ quantum physics
quantum
ใช่ไหมครับ
physics
ก็จริงๆ ถ้า quantum physics ก็น่าจะถ้าใกล้ที่สุดใน international program ก็น่าจะเป็นโซนของ engineering เนาะพี่อาริ
engineering
กาครับ
ใช่ค่ะ
ซึ่งก็จริงๆ มันก็เป็นมันเป็น subject เนาะเพราะว่าตัว quantum physics มันเป็น subject มันจะไม่ใช่แบบ faculty หรือว่าเป็น major อะไรเงี้ยเพราะฉะนั้นก็คือมันจะเป็นวิชาที่อยู่ในตัวของ engineering ซึ่งทีนี้เราก็มาดูอีกทีนึงว่าใน engineering เนี่ยเราสนใจใน major ไหนของ engineering อีกทีหนึ่งโอเคครับมีใครมีคำถามเพิ่มเติมไหม All right. If you don't have any further question, I will end the presentation. We will end the presentation sessions today. Thank you very much for your attention.
thank you guys